Lil Durk's sudden release on probation has sparked major controversy, with many speculating he snitched on big industry names like 50 Cent and Lil Baby. But now, we're diving deep into the real story, and what's bubbling beneath the surface may not be what you expected. Let's be real. When the news broke that Lil Durk will be walking out of jail much sooner than expected, it shook the industry. Fans rejoiced, critics speculated, and the streets got loud with theories. From whispers of backdoor deals to allegations that Durk was spilling secrets on some of the most powerful figures in the game, including Lil Baby and 50 Cent, the internet went into overdrive. But the truth, or at least what we've come to piece together from real court records, closed sources, and unexpected testimonies, paints a far more complex and, honestly, surprising picture. First, let's take it back a bit. Lil Durk's legal troubles didn't start yesterday. We're talking years of tension with the law, high-profile cases, and accusations that range from gun possession to links with violent conspiracies. The latest charges centered around a rumored murder-for-hire plot, with the most serious ones yet, threatening to bury the Chicago rapper behind bars for decades. But then, out of nowhere, a shift occurred. Instead of trial dates being locked in and the media preparing for a courtroom circus, a bombshell dropped. Durk was being released on probation. Now, that's where the chaos began. Within hours of that announcement, social media exploded with rumors. The most toxic and persistent claim? That Durk had snitched, not just on street affiliates or local rivals, but on people at the top of the food chain. Names like 50 Cent and Lil Baby began floating around. The allegation suggested that Durk had been pressured by the prosecution to leak damaging info in exchange for leniency. Suddenly, fans started pointing fingers. Did Durk really flip? Was this freedom paid for by betrayal? But let's put those viral whispers under the microscope. First off, there's no public documentation confirming any deal between Lil Durk and federal or state prosecutors involving testimony or leaked info. None. Zero. That doesn't mean conversations didn't happen behind closed doors. Let's not be naive. But as far as confirmed facts go, nothing points directly to Durk throwing 50 or Baby under the bus. So why all the speculation? A lot of it comes down to timing and context. At the same time that Durk's legal team was hammering out his case, there were separate investigations into financial irregularities, tax evasion, and potential racketeering cases involving different music executives and rappers. The streets do what they always do: connect us that may or may not actually connect. And with Durk getting a break, while others were still catching heat, people assumed the worst. Add to that the history of paranoia within hip-hop circles, especially around snitching, and you've got a recipe for instant chaos. But here's the curveball. Sources close to the case say the real reason Durk got released wasn't because he snitched, but because there simply wasn't enough solid evidence to pin the major charges on him. A close examination of surveillance footage, contradictory witness statements, and phone records reportedly created enough reasonable doubt that the prosecution decided not to take a major risk. Instead, the judge opted to give Durk a strict probation deal, not just to give him a shot, but to keep him close. Real close. And this isn't probation like a slap on the wrist. We're talking 24/7 monitoring, surprise visits, restricted movement, and a strict social media code of conduct. Durk's freedom is being watched with a microscope, and any slip-up could send him right back to square one. Interestingly, while the snitching rumors were flying, Lil Baby publicly distanced himself from the drama. No tweets, no shade, no comments. And 50 Cent, the king of petty social media spats, didn't drop a single meme or jab. That silence, for some, was interpreted as confirmation. But others argue it's a sign that even 50 knows the truth is more complicated. And maybe he doesn't want his name dragged into another storm. Charleston White, known for his no-filter commentary on the culture, did add fuel to the fire. He went on a wild live stream rant accusing Durk of betraying his own and claimed that 50 Cent was a fool for ever aligning with him. While entertaining, Charleston is more of a provocateur than a prophet. He's been known to throw names in the air just to get clicks, and his takes, while viral, often lack receipts. Still, we can't ignore the fact that Durk hasn't directly denied anything. He's remained cryptic. No full-length Instagram live to clear the air. No interview with a trusted media outlet. Just a couple of vague captions and a few carefully filtered photos. That silence is either brilliant PR or a sign he's legally restrained from talking. Either way, it's left fans spinning. Another angle that adds depth to this story is the shift in Durk's energy since his release. He's not just posting flashy chains and studio pics. He's been showing more humility, more calm. Some believe this is strategic, a quiet rebranding to align with the terms of the probation and court expectations. Others think it's genuine transformation, maybe prison time, even if brief, shook something in him. Maybe he realizes how close he came to losing it all. There's also talk that the judge overseeing Durk's case is part of a growing trend within the justice system, offering monitored releases for nonviolent offenders with strong community ties. Durk, despite his controversies, has poured money into schools, supported charity drives, and advocated for peace in his hometown of Chicago. That resume, along with his legal team's aggressive strategy, may have been enough to sway the court's decision in his favor, without needing to rat anyone out. Let's not forget that Durk is a father, a business owner, an artist whose influence stretches far beyond the mic. The court may have seen more value in keeping him in the community under surveillance rather than letting him rot behind bars and turning him into a martyr.